Very good afternoon, students. So today we will start probability, that is chapter number 22. So what is probability? Probability are the chances. Chances of getting what? Suppose you are tossing a coin. So when I am tossing a coin, suppose you want to get head. So what are the chances of getting head? That is basically is the probability which is uncertain. So probability is what? It's basically the chances which is uncertain. Now let's say I'm tossing a coin. So if I'm tossing a coin, so I will get either head or a tail. So this is head, H is representing head and T for tail. So when I'm tossing a coin, there are two probabilities, means there are not two probabilities, there are two outcomes. These are the outcomes, the total possible outcomes. What it can be, either you can get a head or you can get a tail. So these are not the probability, this is the outcomes, that is the total number of outcomes. So these are the total number of outcomes, that is how many we are getting, 2. So that is total number of outcomes is 2. What are those? Head and tail. So if I am tossing a coin, I will get two chances, means I will get two outcomes. Either it will come a head or it will come a tail. So there are two possible outcomes, that is the total number of outcomes are 2. Now to get a probability, so now that is what is your favorable outcome? I want to get head, so the favorable outcome will be, so let's take the favorable outcome. So I want to get head, so it is how many? How many head you can see over here? Only one, isn't it? So that is number of favorable outcome. Since I want to get head, okay, so how many head I can get, that is only one. So number of favorable outcome is 1. Till this much is it clear to you? Let me repeat again. So probability is basically the chances, okay, which is uncertain. Obviously, I am not sure that yes, I will toss a coin and I will get a head. I might get or might not, isn't it? So now there are two possible chances, that is there are two outcomes, that is either I will get head or I will get tail. So there are two possible outcomes. So total number of outcomes is 2. And number of favorable outcome, I want to get head. Number of favorable outcome is only 1. So I will write 1. So what is the probability? Probability of getting head is equals to number of favorable outcome by total number of outcomes. That is, number of favorable outcome is what? 1 by 2. Is this much clear to you? So probability equals to, what I can write is number of favorable outcome by total number of outcomes. So in this case, we had two possible outcomes, that is head and tail. How many is it? 2. So total number of outcomes equals to 2, and number of favorable outcome, probability of getting a head. Suppose you want to get a head. So what it will be? You want to get a head. So what is the number of favorable outcome? You have only one head. So you will write number of favorable outcome is equals to 1. So probability of getting head is 1 by 2. Suppose you want to get tail. Suppose you want to get tail. Again, see how many. What is the probable? What is the favorable outcome to get a tail? That is only 1. you have only one tail. So again, to get a tail, what will be the probability? It is number of favorable outcome is 1, so I will write 1. And what is the total number of outcomes? That is 2. Okay, total number of outcomes, that is head and tail, that is 2. And how many tail I can get? Only one. If I am tossing a coin only once, I will get either head or a tail. So how many tail I can get? What is the number of favorable outcomes? That is only 1. So I will write 1. So I hope this much is clear to you. Now let's say suppose you want to get 100 out of 100 in maths. Okay, you want to get 100 out of 100 in maths. So what is the probability? So probability of getting 100 equals to number of favorable outcomes. That means at first let us take how many possible outcomes are there. Okay, so either you can get 100, okay, or not. You cannot get, not getting 100. So these are the possible outcomes. That is either you can get 100 or you cannot get 100. Okay, so these are the number of, that is total number of possible outcomes. So how many outcomes you can get? Either 101, not getting 100. So that means 1 plus 1 is 2. So there are 2 possible outcomes. But now I want to check that what is the probability of getting 100. That is, you are getting 100, only one outcome is there. So that means number of favorable outcome with respect to this event, that is of getting 100, is how many? That is 1. So I will write over here 1. So what is the probability of me getting 100? That is 1 by 2. Another one thing that you have to keep in mind is that probability can be greater than 0, it can be equal to 0, and it should always be less than 1, or it should be equals to 1. So that is, probability ranges, in the range of probability should be within 0 to 1. So that means it is greater than or equal to 0, or it is less than 1. So you can see that the probability of getting 100 is 1 by 2, that is what, 0.5. So yes, it is less than 1. Okay, so it should not be less than 0, it should not be greater than 1. It cannot be. It ranges between 0 and 1. 0 less than equals to, p less than equals to 1. So we'll be back soon in my next video where I will be solving the exercises. Thank you everyone.